And welcome back to Death Battle Prediction. The thumbnail of today's Death Battle was made by Omnicidal Clown 1992. Just to get that out there to know I'm not trying to steal anyone's work. This was just the first image I could find that was legitimately, I could use. So we just had Omni-Man versus Homelander. Well, obviously without giving anything away. It was actually kind of unique. I actually was able to see the end result of the battle, an actual fight, yesterday, and I'm not on their Patreon, but I saw someone react to it the day of yesterday, so I actually kind of watched it early. I watched it again, obviously. I mean, look, I don't think I'm not going to spoil who won, but I don't think any of us are shocked. And god damn it, if there was some catharsis with that. And it looked nice. It wasn't very quick, I'll give them that. But I think they kind of were selling the point that, yeah, one of these characters is a bit out of their league. So, yeah, but hey, look, the Death Battle Gods, they send me an easy one. Now I got an extra win on my belt here for the season. That puts me at, let me see here. I believe it technically puts me at 2-5 right now. Not the best, but could be a lot worse. And look, there's still a whole season left to come. I could easily clean this up, which leads us to Magneto versus Tetsuo Shima, I believe it was. Tetsuo Shima. Yeah, Tetsuo Shima, who is the main antagonist of Akira. Now, Magneto, we know who Magneto is. Eric Lehnsherr was born to Jewish family when the when World War II happened. Went to the concentration camp, survived, but had a horrible outlook on humanity, so he became a villain and, to fight for mutant rights. Magneto is so insanely powerful. I mean, obviously, he controls electromagnetism. He doesn't control metal. He controls electromagnetism. Now, that allows him to control metal to the umpteenth degree. He is extremely intelligent. He's much older than he looks, but he looks like he's still in his prime. But he's a master magnetism capable of manipulating all metal on all fronts. Can create magnetic fields to basically fly, survive in space. Mess with the literal electromagnetic field of the Earth. God damn it. He has, at least in the Ultimate Comics, he has actually stopped and controlled Mjolnir, though he was not worthy. He was using his magnetism to lift the damn thing. He has controlled Mjolnir, and it was one of the offshoots. He literally killed Apocalypse by messing with the electrical neurons in his brains, and then ripping his head apart through that. That's hardcore. He can also create electricity because it's electromagnetism, so they're related. He can manipulate non-magnetic things too by creating a magnetic force field around him, although that's more difficult. He is so powerful. He once, if I remember correctly, moved a bullet millions of miles away in space from another planet. From another planet, he moved a giant chunk of metal from another planet by focusing. It was a severe amount of concentration he had to do this, but he managed to do it. Tetsuo had latent telekinetic, psychokinetic abilities that manifested in a mild manner, and then through experimentation, they were augmented, increased, and made to the world. As he got stronger, he was able to gave him superhuman durability. He at one point was able to go into space. He lost his arm and made a metal prosthetic. By the end of the series, apparently, he had enough power to create a Big Bang. Him and Akira were able to create a Big Bang. Now, I'm still trying to figure out exactly, I'm trying to, there is a wiki for this guy, right? Because, this main ability is telekinesis. Now, Magneto's helmet prevents any sort of telepathy, so any mind reading shenanigans, as long as that helmet is on, is not going to do a damn thing. You'd think, powers and abilities, hold on. She uses telekinesis on objects in itself. Teleportation, mind reading, force fields, Surviving space after his arm was blown off by the SOS. He used technopathy to form prosthetic. He eventually learned how to manipulate and block light. See, this is my initial mindset is to go Magneto on this. He's much older, has a lot more experience, and he's pretty much just as versatile as Tetsuo. But it's one of those things where, the level of power he can also manipulate gravity too, but Magneto can technically do that. He has regeneration. The level of power that Akira by the end of the series can recreate is like equivalent to a Big Bang, admittedly in an alternate universe somehow. I never actually watched Akira is one of the oldest animes around and mangas around, and I've never watched or read it. Let me see here. I'm just reading like the film. He turns a monstrous mass that Scoria almost kills the Colonel and his Akira then somehow awakens thanks to the Espers, and then it's Tetsuo with him. Before the credits, you can hear Tetsuo saying, "I am Tetsuo." This is actually tough. This is tough. If they go the full straight level of power that he's allegedly implied to be able to have by the end of the movie and the manga, well, then Magneto doesn't have anything to counteract the effects of a full-on Big Bang. But that's the question. Are they going to go right out with that? Knowing Death Battle, they could go either way. I'm going to go with my gut, and that's bitten me in the ass several times this season, but that's the best I can do. Is go with my gut. I have a feeling. Now, enough anime characters that kind of get a bad. I think it's joked about that anime characters tend to get beat on a lot in Death Battle, but the truth is actually that that's not the case. That was happening in the early season where Toph beat Gaara, and there's like, oh, come on, again? Yeah. No, but now that's not the case. So I don't think they'd have Akira win just because of that. And generally speaking, I don't think there isn't a big bias with Death Battle. I think a lot of people kind of try to point that out as an excuse for why the character they wanted to win lost. I do think they occasionally show bias. I think they've even flat out kind of said that with the Superman Goku one, but I don't think this is one where they would really be showing bias. I'm going with my gut here and saying Magneto's probably going to find a way to win. Before Akira's going to do whatever it is to create a Big Bang, Magneto does something to kill him. Because Akira isn't... I keep saying Akira. It's not... Akira. Is it Akira or Akira? Let me know. It's Tetsuo, sorry. That's the thing. I always assumed that was the name of the character, but that's actually not Akira. But yeah, I get the impression Magneto is probably going to win this. And I think it's due to lack of control on Tetsuo's part. Especially near the end, as we see he got, I do remember that where he basically is just losing control of his powers, and eventually Akira does wake up and is able to save him. But Tetsuo eventually gets sucked into another universe, and apparently they created another Big Bang there. But that's when his powers running amok. I think Magneto might put him down before then. This is one of those fights that I am not 100% confident on my opinion on. Please, put it in the comments below why you think one of the others is going to win. I get the impression a lot of people are going to be going to a Tetsuo based on the Big Bang feat alone. But you need to be careful because Death Battle, remember, it's not just what we think, it's what Death Battle thinks and through the research they do, as good or bad as it is. And that Big Bang feat might be an outlier. It might be the Golden Tree Beast feat. So be careful about that. But yeah, I get the impression there's going to be a lot of Tetsuo fans in the comments below. But I don't know. Look, I'm going to put my money on Magneto. I also the little I know about Akira is I've known Magneto all my life. I grew up on X-Men and all that, so I love Magneto. But I'm trying not to be biased because, as I said, I think this could honestly go either way. I think if you're taking out the Big Bang energy output feat, Magneto actually I think would almost assuredly win. But when you add that level of power, that's when it's like it's no longer all tipping towards Magneto here. It's now like this. So my mind is going to go on Magneto. Let me know in the comments below if you feel different or if you feel the same. And if you do, either way, let me know why. Till then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.